Hi friends, Naji here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are continuing a discussion on Rust programming language, and in this video we will be discussing on the loops in Rust programming language. Okay, so loops, there are different kinds we can do a loop in Rust, but here we mostly concentrating on while loop and the for loop. Okay, so there is another method is there using the loop that we are not going to discuss in this video. Okay, so let's start. So first let me create a project. I can create a cargo new loop test I can create. Okay, so I believe the folder is created, like let me see, it's not created yet. Okay, so let me so I'm inside another folder. Okay, so I'm in Rust folder now. Let's create again. So here I can see that loop test is created. So let's go to the loop test. Now open this. So we have our main function is there, and it has a println function is available. So let's remove that one. So first we can discuss about the while loop. So for while loop we can we can declare a counter here. So let me have a counter called 3. Okay, now we can loop through this number. Okay, so for example I can say that while number not equal to 0. Now I can say println can say the number. Okay, I can say number. Okay, so this is the number that I am going to do. Now let's minus from the 1. Okay, so here we can see we have declared a variable called number, that is 3, and what we are doing, we are actually decreasing the number each time and we are printing the number. Okay, so let me ensure that semicolons are there. Okay, all the semicolons are there. Now let's start executing this. So first is we need to compile it. For that I can use rustc. It's in src/main. Okay, I'm getting an error. Error says you can expect it by double cross. Okay, so let me check. So while not equal to 0, I am doing a println. Here I am missing one closing bracket. Let's compile it. It's working now. I mean compile successfully. Now execute main. Now we can see it is printing 3 to 1, right? Maybe I can make it 5. Now let's execute it again. First compile it, then execute it. So we can see it is printing in a reverse order, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is the same as in like any other programming language. We have the while and we have a condition. Okay, this is the basic format that we'll be using for the while loop, right? Now we'll see how can we loop through some data types. Maybe I can say that how can we loop through the list. So I'm going to create a main list.rs file. Okay, make a main, open it. I'm going to define a list. Okay, here I can say 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, so this is my list and I need to set a index. I'm going to set the index as 0. Now loop through this. So what I'm going to say, if index is less than 5, I'm using the println. Okay, now we can say the value is, I'm just printing the value. I can say a dot index. Okay, so we have the list and we have the index, and what we are going to print the value. Okay, so initially the index is 0. So first it will take a of 0, that is 10, and then we have to increment this one. So let me increment this. Again I am going to increment plus or equal to 1. So ensure that you have the semicolon. Okay, now the second time the index is 1, so we'll be printing a dot 1. then third time it is index is 3 and it will take a dot 3 which will be 40 and it will execute till the index is less than 5. So the coding part is completed. Let's compile it. First I can use main list.rs. We are getting an error, that is it is not def, it is fn. Okay, so the compilation is done. Now let's run it. You can use main list. We can see the execution is completed. You can see the numbers one by one. First it is coming as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, now just check what happen if I am set the numbers is 6. Okay, compile it, execute it. So here when the index is set to like less than 6, so the maximum value of index is 5, right? So I am getting a out of bound exception, okay, because there is no value at the position 5. So list is starting from 0. So if 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? When it is come to 5, there is no other values there. If this has to work, we need to have 60 also here. Okay, so in this case, let me compile it, run it, and I can see this is working fine, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. I hope the concept is clear now. Now we can see we have done with the while loop, then we can check with the for loop. So for that I can create a file for.rs. In the same way I can use function main. Let's have the number a. I can have here also I am specifically saying 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. That's the semicolon. Let's do the for loop. So in the for loop I can say element in a. Okay, so here I am looping through each of the elements. So for element in a, so first time it will take the first element, so this time it will be here, it will be 10. Then second loop it will take 20, third loop it will take 30, fourth time it is 40, then fifth time it will take the 50. Okay, then it is automatically, it will calculate the empty, then I mean it will automatically calculate the what we call the list is empty, then it will exit from the loop. Okay, so we don't need to check the any other conditions. Here I can set the print. Now we can say the value is let's say element. Let's compile it. I can say src slash main underscore for. So the compilation is done successfully. Now let's do main for, run it. Okay, we can see it is executing as we expected. We are getting the 10, 20, 30 and 40 also we are getting. Okay, now we'll see another method, that is simply the reverse function. So I can say like, okay, main extra.rs. Okay, so here we are going to use the dot operator kind of a thing. Okay, so let's see, here I can say function main. I can do a loop. Okay, so here I'm going to have the from 1 to 4 here I'm saying. Okay, now I'm going to use the function called the reverse. Okay, so first let me complete this println. I can say let's have the number. The first execute it, you guys can see the result, then I can explain the code. Then the src slash main extra.rs, the compilation is done successfully. Now extras. Okay, so the execution is progress. Now we can see the result as 3 to 1. Okay, now this is the result. Now go and check our code. So what we are doing, we are actually looping through between 1 to 4, right? So this will take maximum value as 3, and we are using one function called reverse. So what does this reverse doing? Reverse is actually reversing the number. Okay, so ideally this is like 1 2 3, right? And we are using the function called reverse, then the list will be 3 2 1. Okay, then it is printing each one by one numbers. Okay, so that is how this reverse and this particular code is working. Okay, so that is all about in this video. So I think I have quickly gone through the loops in Rust programming language. So in our coming videos we can discuss more things. So that's it. Please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day.